Welcome back to Black Star Dove. Welcome back to my channel. As always, I need that HBO special, which is help a brother out, trying to get to 1,000 subscribers. I'm already over 600, so go ahead, hit that subscribe button. I do appreciate everyone that has been sharing the video. Like a few people have been sharing my videos, and I appreciate the likes, which is good for the YouTube algorithm. If you can, go ahead, just give it a like. I really do appreciate it. I apologize for the noise in the back. If you hear it, that's my dryer. Don't know why it makes that noise, but it dries the clothes, so hey, it is what it is. And another thing, December 16th, I'll be dropping my 100 video, so I'm very excited about that. But let's get to the contents of this video. So I actually had another video planned for today, which will be Tuesday, but I'm gonna drop that on Friday because DaBaby is back in the news. DaBaby's always in the news for something. But DaBaby is back on the news for how he treated his new mother of his child, Danny Lay. I'm pretty sure everyone's seen the video. If not, you can YouTube search it. It gets kind of crazy, but now everyone just wants to have a problem with him. And I never understood this, because if you followed DaBaby for any period of time, like, he was already doing this with his first mother's child. But I guess like people didn't connect the two or something. I don't know. Like I can't say like I like a few of his songs, but I'm not like a fan of DaBaby. I was a fan of his antics, like him like fighting somebody at an airport and all that stuff. Like he was always into something. Like, just think of this year. Like his name is always into something. He's always into trouble and controversy. He's a grown man in his 30s that calls himself DaBaby. Recently, he was in a, I don't know how recently, but I seen the video of him in a diaper. So it is what it is at this point. But I don't understand how people didn't expect this type of behavior. Because if you follow the patterns that he's been doing, the behavior has been consistent. But people wrote it off for whatever reason. It usually ties into if they like you or not. If someone likes you, they're willing to overlook anything that you do, for the most part. As long as they like you. If they don't like you, they will nitpick on everything that you don't do. So I've learned that, you know, as I grow up, like, it all depends on, you know, if they like you. And a lot of women did like DaBaby, especially black women. But they couldn't connect the two of how he was treating his first mother of his child to how he would treat Danny Lay. Danny Lay didn't even think how he would treat her. Don't forget, like earlier this year, she made a song called Yellow Bone. Remember that? That was back in January. Yellow Bone, that's what he wants, you know. Woo! I mean, like, we're now in November, so dang, it hasn't even been like a full year since she made that song, to her getting treated to how she's being treated right now. But if you look at his past history and the pattern that he has been showing, this was inevitable. Like, he's not going to quote unquote grow up. He doesn't have to, because in his eyes, he achieved a level of success by being the way that he is right now. And why change that when doing this has got me what I wanted? But with doing that, have him stay getting what he wants. Like I seen this before, and I read about it and things of that nature. People who act a certain way to get to the top, but don't change once they at the top, because they think they still have to do the same things that got them there, but that's not the same things that will keep them there. So, like, and I see this all the time, especially with sports. Like you know, the NFL is like the biggest one, because the NFL has the largest pool of, you know, people who can make it. And people will go there and make it there, and they've been doing all this thing for a certain amount of time. They're like, this is how I got here, but they don't learn how to stay there, which is why the average NFL career is only 3 years. Because coming and going. Sorry about that, but this is besides the point. The point is that we saw how he treated his first mother of his child, and everyone ridiculed her, made fun of her. They even said some racist things to her. Well, like, it's not really racist because I seen black women dissing dark-skinned black women. So I don't know if you really want to call that. I guess it's like stereotypes and all that stuff, calling her monkeys and all that stuff. And these are black women that are saying that. But yeah, like, you've seen how he treated this woman. What made you think that he would treat you any different? She thought because she was a preference, she would get treated different. And that's not the case. The only time something gets treated differently is when that person actually works for it. Like, for instance, there's a difference between someone buying you something and you buying you something. Someone buys you something, you try to take care of it. If it breaks, you're a little bit like, oh man, it broke, I'm sorry. But a little bit you're like, okay, that's fine, that's whatever, you didn't buy it. But if something that you bought broke, you'd be like, oh shit, man, I had to pay for this, I had to do that, I had to do this. It's a little bit of a different structure that goes on in your mind. But for him, as I stated before, he doesn't represent he has the ability to change. He doesn't have a reason to change. Like, for instance, when he was quote unquote canceled by the LGBTQ community, he had a reason to change because it was affecting his money. This probably will not going to affect him. If we're just being honest and being real, it'll just be today's news and then gone next week. Then people will go back to loving DaBaby. He'll go back to exhibiting the same behaviors he's been exhibiting that got him this far, because he believes that he's untouchable for the most part. And we'll see how, especially black women like love him. So we'll see how they respond, because now, like, a lot of black women are like shocked that he would treat Danielle this way, but you wasn't shocked when he treated his dark-skinned mother of his child the same way. It was just like she deserved it and she didn't. I don't know. That's not for me to say. But like the video. I love you. Take care.